Hi guys, happy Sunday. No, I didn't drop off the face of the earth. Um, I kind of failed on Vlogust. I am going to pick it back up though, I promise. I just had issues. And I know I look exhaustedly tired, and I'm going to explain why. Um, because I forced myself to wake up. And I'm sorry, Neo's locked in his room. Mark, you're going to have to let him out, because I can't listen to him bark. Anyway, let's see. So if he gets in my face, he's being obnoxious this morning. And usually I'm up by myself, or try to be. Maybe Mark's wandering around or something. However, Chloe's up because she couldn't sleep for some reason, just bouncing around. Mark's up because he's got to go to work. So I don't have my Sunday morning to myself. But that's alright. So basically, I'm going to give you guys a rundown of this past week. Y'all, that's Neo hitting the camera. Sorry. Can you go lay down somewhere, please? Okay. Anyway, so basically, last week, y'all know, I did walk into that place, and I had to see another doctor. I'd sat all day, and blah, blah, blah. I did have an appointment for August 28th. They told me if I needed to, I could walk in. Well, this week, my anxiety got so bad. I've never had it that bad before. The best way to explain what I was feeling was I was constantly crying over no reason. None. I mean, you could have told me that dinner was going to be spaghetti and I would have started crying. It was zero reason. And it felt like my brain, like right up in here, was spinning like a top. Like it would spin, 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 and then it would stop. It wouldn't even slow down. It would just stop. And then it would feel like, it's really hard to explain. It would feel like melting ice cream. And then I would just feel like this cold thing in my brain. It was not an okay feeling at all. It was like, what the hell? And in that time, I'd obviously shake. I'd have to close my eyes. I couldn't form a sentence. And I'd have to stop and think about what I was going to say. And sometimes I'd just sit there and stop in mid-sentence and try to speak. And I couldn't speak. And it got really, 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 I was starting to get anxiety over getting anxiety. And it wasn't stopping. It got to the point where it was just a cycle of spinning brain. And I don't know how else to describe the feeling of this. Melting ice cream. Then I'd get really upset / mad. Again, for no reason. I'd calm down. I'd have about 30 minutes of normalcy, and it would do it again. So it was starting to become a constant thing. Sorry, now Kira's up. So 3 of my kids are up. Kira, go use the bathroom. Chloe's in there doing her hair and makeup because she feels like she needs to. Anyway, so I went and I walked in on Wednesday, and I'm sorry, this is raw footage, and Chloe just burned herself with her curling iron or her flat iron or something. Don't know why she's getting dressed at 6:30 in the morning and ready to go somewhere.
I just woke up and
Okay, so let's get back to my little story. Oh, I've done that before when I was your age.
Do you see the
Yeah,
white marks?
yeah.
It's bruising and it hurts.
It's going to.
Jesus.
It's gonna look like crap. Anyway, you can put a little bit of ice on it. Okay, back to my story. I'm so sorry. So next thing, I go Wednesday, and I make myself walk in because at this point it's just like working was becoming impossible, functioning was becoming impossible, speaking was becoming impossible unless it was in that 30-minute, 40-minute window when there was nothing going on in my head, which happened not often. So I go and I sit there in that room by myself, and I get there at 8 o'clock, and I'm there all day. And I mean, I was there till 3:30. They did not call me once. I was sitting right by the door where they called people back. They did not call me once. They called me at 3:30. I went up to the desk and I asked around 2 o'clock, what, like, hey, it's 2. I've been here since 8. I know I walked in, you know. And she called back and they're like, yeah, they've got your file back there and so on and so on. I'm like, okay, cool. So they come and call me at 3:30, call me into another room and tell me that they tried to call me at 10 and they tried to call me at 12. That was the biggest lie I've ever heard because I was sitting right by the door where they call me. And there's no way, because they call people 3 or 4 times. They even walk outside and they walk to the bathroom. I did go to the bathroom one time. So even if they would have called me, everybody else, they went to the bathroom and checked, and they went outside to check if nobody answered. So somewhere in that was a load of shiznizzle stuff. So whatever. They tell me they weren't going to see me. I lost my mind. I was by myself, so I did everything I could to keep it together. I started crying. I'm like, I need some help. Somebody needs to see me. And she's like, well, you're a walk-in. This could happen.
What?
Kira, I'm vlogging. Can you just go, please? She's questioning what I'm saying. What? Anyway, so I get outside. I call Mike, and he's like, calm down, calm down, calm down. Oh, the lady, I'm sorry, Kira took my train of thought. The lady goes, well, why don't you go to the ER? They'll see you. And they'll get you taken care of. They'll get you some medicine until you can come in here. They'll shoot you up with some good stuff. I'm like, that's not what I want. I want to be fixed. I want somebody to tell me what's wrong. I want to know why this is happening. Yeah, I probably need medication, but I'm not going to go to the ER just to get shot up with drugs, okay? That's just stupid. And that's kind of me losing it in there. So I go outside and I call Mike, and he's like, what, go to the ER so they can shoot you up with, zombie drugs, but you wait 13 hours, and in the meantime you lose it in the waiting room. I'm like, yeah, probably. So I come home. I laid on the couch pretty much all night long. I was just done. I maybe functioned for 30, 40 minutes. I watched TV. I could do that. I kept when that brain spin, I felt dizzy. So the fact that my head was down on the couch helped a little bit. But when it happened, I still had to close my eyes. I had to put my hand on the other side of my head, and I had to breathe. So, it was like, and then forget any type of motivation. I would tell myself, okay, get up and go to the bathroom. You need to go. The other side of me would be like, you're fine. You don't need to get up. Just stay here. I had zero motivation for anything. So anyway, the next morning I got up and I walked in again. And I walked in right at 7:45 when the doors opened. I was the first one in line. And I was seen by 10:30. Okay. I mean, they took me back immediately. They did my, triage stuff. They checked me for drugs. Of course, I was negative on everything. So it didn't look like I was drug seeking. And then they she basically asked me all the mental questions. And I saw a psychiatrist because, again, my insurance, I had to see the psychiatrist, which really shocked all the nurses in the place that I was actually getting to see the psychiatrist, not some lower level person, um, which was really weird. But I saw an actual psychiatrist. She was really, really nice. She told me flat out she could see my anxiety. She could see it just by looking at me. She determined I had anxiety/depression. But I was like, what am I depressed over? She goes, you don't have to be depressed over anything. She goes, you just could have depression. And I'm like, okay. And she goes, that's what the crying's coming from. I said, so that's not just anxiety? She's like, usually anxiety and depression go together. I'm like, oh, great. But I can't tell you what I'm anxious or depressed about. You know, there's nothing that would make me be that way in my everyday life. So I don't know. And then she said I had ADHD, which was kind of funny. She said because I was constantly tapping my feet or moving around, and she saw ADHD tendencies. Then she asked me if I focused well, and well, we all know I don't focus well at all. So that was kind of funny. I kind of laughed at that because I've always said I've got ADD or something like that. But she said ADHD. Okay. I was like, all right. And she goes, that if that gets under control, that will help your anxiety and that will help the anxiety/depression stuff. I'm like, okay. So she put me on 3 different medications. One is every day. It's Wellbutrin, but it's the generic. It's bupropion XL. So she put me on that every day. So I have to take one of these no matter what every morning. So that is my daily, no matter what, happy pill. Then she put me on emergency, and this emergency pill, because that probably won't start getting me leveled off for like 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, she said. She said it sometimes helps people in about 2 weeks, but she said, you know, she always, it's 3 to 4. Everybody's different, so she always goes the longer road with it. So she gave me these emergency pills, and they're hydroxyzine, HCl. I'm to take 1 to 2 tablets if I start feeling it coming on. Because I can still start feeling it coming on with this daily thing. So that's an as needed. I did need 2 yesterday, but I only took 1. I took 1 at 10 and then 1 at 3. It does help. But it makes me loopy and feel stupid and foggy, and I know it's that pill. I caught on to it because then again I wrote it down. I took it, wrote down how I felt, and then again when I started to feel the anxiety, I wrote down I took the pill. Okay, 20 minutes later, again I'm starting to feel this funky brain. So it's either that pill or it's that pill fighting the anxiety. Whatever it is, it's not something I would drive on. Working was a challenge yesterday, but I did do it. I could form sentences. My brain wasn't spinning. You know, so that's good. I still had the ice cream feeling, which was odd, but okay. And then she gave me a sleeping pill, trazodone. So the first night, I didn't take it because I had to work. NyQuil knocks me on my butt. So I was like, I am not taking this and have to get up to work. Hence the bags under my eyes right now. I took it last night. I was tired, but I went ahead and took it as a test because I didn't have to work today. I don't have to function. I don't have to do anything today. I went to bed at 9 o'clock. At 6:30 this morning, which is totally unheard of for me, the alarms went off. It took every ounce of me to get up. And the reason the alarms went off are for Mike's medication he has to take at 6:30 in the morning. And Mark had to be at work at 8, so he wanted to get up. So I usually, if I go to bed at 9 o'clock, I'm usually wide awake at 3:34. Not today. Not today. I did wake up a couple times, but not awake. It's like, oh, I'm awake. And I felt okay, but then I was back out. So, um, again, I'm going to take that as needed. Like for the nights or something that I can't fall asleep because my brain's rushing. And I'm going to try to not take it if I have to work the next day. Because right now I'm really not awake enough to think about going to work. She did tell me, and I did research it because I do not like to take pills. So I did research the Wellbutrin. It is, people are put on that to quit smoking. I don't smoke. So it's also an appetite suppressant, but it's also used to treat anxiety and depression. And it's supposed to give you energy. I haven't just taken that by itself. So, I mean, I've had to take other things on top of it. So, I don't know. Because I basically sat there and told her, I've had weight loss surgery. I've said it millions of times on here. I told her that if you give me anything that causes me to gain weight, I will stop taking it. Even if my brain is spinning, I won't take it. I'm kind of stuck at the same weight, where I'm not happy about where I am, but I'm okay that it's not going up. So I know I have to work on things and I know I have to do things, but if it just starts going up and I'm not doing anything different, that's just going to piss me right off and I'm not going to take it. I will stop. So that's why she chose this one. And she said it's supposed to give me energy. That's why she gave me the sleeping pill. It'll probably hype me up. However, the hydrochlorozine or whatever, I think that kind of brought me, like, any hyperness brought me back down. So, I'm taking the hydrochlorozine and the sleeping pill as needed, but I'm going to take the Wellbutrin on a daily basis. So, she said eventually with this Wellbutrin, she might have to adjust the dosage. It's 150 milligrams right now. It's the XL. She might have to give me more. But she's trying me on this for right now. So, and I have an appointment again on September 11th to see how things are. So that kind of works. So that's why I haven't done Vlogust. I couldn't. And I'm okay with that because I couldn't. And I can tell you right now, if I didn't go to the doctor as many times as I did and sit down and wait, I probably wouldn't be doing this video either. So, that's kind of what's been going on here. That's why I've got bags under my eyes. I'm probably going to be bags under my eyes all damn day. So definitely not taking the sleeping pill tonight. That's just off the table. But I do have it for an emergency, which is good. And I guess that sleeping pill also helps with anxiety and depression while you're sleeping. So it's supposed to calm your brain, and help you sleep. I don't remember jack, so it did something. But, so that's where I've been. I am going to shoot my budget video. Again, it is extremely boring. So, because I'm still in limbo for everything else. Kids are fine, Mike's fine, dogs are fine, birds fine. The babies are fine. Oh, we're getting...
I'm not fine.
No, Chloe's never fine. She's never, ever fine. She dyed the perks of working from home. She dyed my hair last night. She got me a $3 box of Clairol, and she dyed all the gray out of my hair while I was working yesterday. However, I wasn't on the phones. I was actually in the chat rooms helping employees solve problems versus being out on the floor. I mean, out, like, talking on the phone. So, she did it when I wasn't on the phone. All I was doing was typing. So, I was tired, and I didn't want to wait until I was actually off for her to do it. So, I said, get it in there. As soon as I can clock out, then I'm going to go take a shower. So we got it in there. And basically, that's it. A really boring, uneventful week. Except for this issue. But this issue really was in my brain all week. But 2 days worth of the doctor's office, wouldn't you say? It wasn't really an exciting week. That was just a bunch of crap the first day. And I put it to you this way. If I was suicidal or something and I wanted to get seen and they would have sent me home, that would have been bad. I mean, that could have seriously been bad. I mean, they had... And this is a psych ward. I'm just like, what? I don't know, but I'm taken care of now, I think. We'll see how this week goes, and we'll go from there. But I will put on my, I will do my budget video and a couple other videos, and I'm going to try to keep up with Vlogmas going forward, because I kind of sucked the last few days, so I'm sorry. But y'all have a good week. I'll see you next week on Sunday for the Chit Chat part, unless I chit chat about something else or something. I don't know. I swear my channel has zero rhyme or reason to it. Yes, it's for budgeting. Yes, it's to keep my shit together. But I just babble. And you'll all listen. So thank you for listening. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Bye.